Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Mr. Pickem's Winner Circle. I am Mr. Pickem, and once again, we're broadcasting live from beautiful Huntington Beach, California. That's right, palm trees and sunshine. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna dive into the Week 10 picks this week. Um, I feel a little bit confident, even though I did lose the Thursday night game between the LA Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. I knew the Raiders had a chance. I know they're good. It's just I was playing the hot wave of the Chargers coming off of a Green Bay win at home. Melvin Gordon's heating up. They got rid of their offensive coordinator, so I figured, okay, now they're going to turn it up. So they could have won that game, just missed it by 2 points. So either way, an L's an L. Mr. Pickup will take the L's, but I do know that I'm close. So I'm feeling these teams out. As the weeks go by here, I'll start channeling it in. But not too bad. I'm feeling pretty good for this week. So we'll go ahead and go through the next 11 games. I think there's 12 games on the week. Um, First game is Detroit at Chicago. I went Detroit on this one. Reason being, Matt Stafford, better quarterback than Trubisky. Trubisky's fucking, he doesn't know what he's doing. Sophomore slump. I don't know what is going on, but, the days are numbered for Trubisky. They're already talking about getting Cam Newton maybe next year or Andy Dalton. So, from the Cincinnati Bengals, because the Bengals are fucking done too. Um, so in this regard, I'm going Detroit. They can put up more points. You know, defense might not be as good as Chicago's, even though they are playing in Chicago. Matt Stafford's not playing that bad at all. So I'm going with the hot quarterback. Um, and yeah, coach wise, it's about 50-50. I'm not too hot on both coaches, so I'm just going strictly quarterback and weapons on this one. And Detroit needs it just as bad as Chicago. So I'm going Detroit. Next up, we got the Baltimore Cincinnati game. Cincinnati's got a rookie quarterback. They're going to start. Andy Dalton's sitting. Baltimore's coming off a huge win against the New England Patriots Sunday night, giving them their first L of the year. I'm going definitely Baltimore. Come on now. Next up, we got Buffalo Cleveland. This one's an interesting one. Cleveland's favored by 2.5 points. Buffalo is a good team. They got a better record. They don't put up a lot of points, though. Cleveland needs this game. Buffalo, I could see them losing this game. Um, you know, I'm not too big on the Cleveland coach. I think the Buffalo coach he has his team in order. They're disciplined. They like to run the ball. Um, I'm I'm hoping Cleveland pulls their head out of their ass, and that 2.5 point spread little scares me a little because I don't see why Cleveland would be favored in this when they're the lower record team. I mean, maybe they're playing on the road and they need to. Maybe there's something that Vegas doesn't know. So I'm gonna roll with Cleveland. I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I'm not too big on Buffalo. Like I said, their defense keeps them in the game. So I'm going Cleveland on that one. Next up, we got Carolina at Green Bay. This one was hard for me. Now, the way that Melvin Gordon ran with the Chargers last week on Green Bay, they just demolished them. Weather says that there's going to be some snow, possible snow in Green Bay this Sunday. It's going to be a low scoring game, I think. I think it's going to be a running game, which favors the number one running back in the league, Christian McCaffrey. So, with that being said, I know it's Aaron Rodgers, and I told you in my last video, I always go with Aaron Rodgers until he shows me otherwise. Well, he showed me otherwise last week. And it might have been a team thing, but in this regard, if it's snowing, they're not going to be chucking around the ball a lot. They're going to be running the ball. They're going to try to keep, you know, the turnovers down to a minimum. So I'm going Carolina. Run CMC. Run CMC all day. He's going to run the rock, probably get a couple touchdowns that I'm seeing. 14 points on the board right there. I mean, now that they have Cam Newton out, the Panthers can focus on Kyle Allen as their quarterback for the rest of the year. They're going to make a playoff push. This game is huge for them to make a playoff push. Watch. So watch Carolina. Sneaky my upset right there because everybody's picking Green Bay. I think Green Bay is like a 6 point favorite. I'm not doing that. I'm not biting for it yet. No, not yet. I like Carolina. I like what they're doing. I'm going with Riverboat, Ron Rivera, and the Panthers. Next up, we got Kansas City at Tennessee. This one I went with Mahomes. He's coming back. Kansas City's got more weapons. Tennessee, they win some games, they lose. I mean, they win the games they should, which was against shitty teams. So I'm going KC to go into the bye week, winning, and still with a division lead. Next up, we got Atlanta against New Orleans. I'm just going to go to the next game because ain't nobody beating New Orleans right now. Nobody. At least nobody that's under 500 and like way under 500 like Atlanta is. So with one game on the season that Atlanta has, I'm going New Orleans all day. Whether they have Breeze, Bridgewater, doesn't matter. Kamara's in, doesn't matter. New Orleans is going to stomp it, especially in New Orleans. That's my lock of the week right there, by the way. Lock of the week, New Orleans, Atlanta, over Atlanta. Next up, we got the Jets, Giants. New York Giants are actually the visitor in the Jets Stadium, even though they share the same stadium. So they're not going to go too far. Everybody's sleeping in their own homes and they're spending time with their families this weekend. They don't have to go too far for a road trip, which is why I like the New York Giants. The New York Giants are a better team. The Jets, they don't give a shit about Gase. They're hopefully the motherfucking guy gets canned and they put Greg Williams in as a interim head coach for the rest of the season. He did well with Cleveland last year, so why not give him a shot? I mean, it's obvious that Gase doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and the Jets, with all those weapons, one game. Granted, it's against the Cowboys, but the Cowboys slept on you. They were looking against the other. They were looking ahead. That's why they lost the game. So I'm going New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, Golden Tate, Daniel Jones should have a good game. You know what I mean? And usually, I think the record is every time the Giants and Jets play, when the Giants are a visitor in the same stadium, they're 5-30 in the past 35 games. There you go. I mean, come on. The proof is in the pudding. Even though they're a visitor, they'll get the W. They're just a better team. That's all. They're just a better team. Next up, we got Arizona, Tampa Bay. This one was hard. I can see Arizona winning this game. They played very hard against San Fran. Almost gave them the L for the first time. In Arizona, too. Jimmy G had a big game. I could see Jameis Winston having a big game, though, too. This is the Bruce Arians revenge game, too. If you don't remember, Bruce Arians used to coach the Arizona Cardinals with Carson Palmer way back in the day. Went to the Super Bowl, too. With that being said, I think this is his new team, his new squad. I think Tampa Bay is going to come out, even though they have no chance for the year. They're going to play hard for their coach because this is his old team. They're going to stick it to him. I think they really want to. I know Arizona's playing hot, but they still a work in progress. Kyler Murray's still a work in progress. The pass rush of the Tampa Bay Bucks is pretty formidable. So I would watch for that. I think they're going to get to Kyler Murray, shake him up a bit, and he's not going to be as mobile as you think. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay on that one. Even though I do see Arizona, they could win that game. I'm going to go, if I was putting my money on it, Tampa Bay. Next up, we got Miami at Indianapolis. Another lock of the week. We got 2 locks of the week this week. Miami, they won a crazy game last week only because they played the Jets. Come on, the Jets are packing in, like I said. So I went New York Giants. I'm gonna go Indianapolis. Doesn't matter who they have, a backup quarterback, Brissett at starter, or Hoyer coming in as a starter. Doesn't matter. They're both, they're both manageable. I see this game as an easy 10-point win for Indianapolis. Next up, we got the LA Rams at Pittsburgh Steelers. Still not sold on Pittsburgh. James Conner's hurt. They're going through, running backs left and right. Uh, the Rams have had a week to prepare. They've been on bye. They're ready to go. And then this stat too. Um, Sean McVay hasn't lost going into or going uh, across the East Coast after a bye. So I'm taking Sean McVay on that record. He's a better coach. Actually, I wouldn't say a better coach, but he's got his team playing a lot better. Because I do like Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's a badass in Pittsburgh. He turns shit into gold. It's crazy. But he's a good coach, and that's what happens. You need to have a good coach. Both these coaches are good. So comes down to quarterback play maybe, and Goff is a better quarterback. Who knows what's going on with Pittsburgh's quarterback? He's a rookie, so he's still learning. Running game. Rams got a better running game, so I'm going to Rams. It's pretty obvious, right? Next up, Dallas at Minnesota at Dallas. Sorry, Minnesota's going to the Big D. So this one was a little tricky. They both love to run the rock. They both have good running backs. Dalvin Cook's having a good year, good fantasy year. Ezekiel Elliott's having a good year, good fantasy year as well. So this is going to be a pretty, I wouldn't say a high offensive, but it's going to be about a 27-24, I'm thinking. You know what I mean? I don't see, it's going to be a hard fight because the defenses are both good too. So I went with Dallas on this, and only because I don't trust Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is like 5-25 on primetime games in his whole career, and that's including Washington. So it seems like when the limelight's on him, he's like, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? He starts throwing fucking ducks everywhere. So I'm going Dallas. They'll rattle them. I mean, whether they win by 1, 2, 3, or 4, they'll win the game. It's a pick 'em. I'm picking them. It's straight pick. We're doing straight picks. So straight up, Dallas for the win. It may be closer than you think. I'd have to look at the spread on that. So if the spread is close enough, I may roll with Minnesota. But I do like Dallas for the straight up. Next up, we have Seattle at San Francisco. Now, this game is the game of the week. It's the Monday night game. Finally, a good Monday night game. A really good one. 7-2, Seattle goes to undefeated San Francisco 49ers. I know everybody's trying to figure, what's Mr. Pickem's gonna pick? What's Mr. Pickem picking? What's Mr. Pickem picking? I got people in my work picking. And this is strictly because I believe in the MVP Russell Wilson. Okay? Russell Wilson is the man. First off, let me say this. We share same birthdays. So, November 29th, shout out Russell Wilson. Let's go Sag, right on. Just saying. Russell Wilson's a man, and I feel his energy. You know what I mean? His drive, his passion. You know what I mean? I click with it. It's almost like my brother from another mother that I haven't even met before. Like I feel his, like he just got such a good fucking attitude about everything in life. You know what I mean? His vision, his thought, getting his mind in the game. It's more than just football. It's preparing your mind for when it goes down, when you have struggles and you're fucking down 21-0 and you think it's all gonna shit. I mean, I'm telling you, something about Russell Wilson that sets every other quarterback aside. And I'm even including Tom Brady in the mix. He may have the rings, but Russ gets it done. I would rather have Russ in a 2-minute breakdown or a 2-minute, drive for a win than Tom Brady. Russ is mobile. He knows when to move. He knows when to throw. He's accurate. He's smart. He makes good decisions. Mine's always in the game. With that being said, you might think I'm going to say no. I'm going Seattle all day. Seattle for the fucking upset. Mr. Pickem was right last episode. Go ahead and follow back. Check up a couple weeks ago when I picked Baltimore to beat New England and give them their first loss of the year. Same thing. Deja vu all over again, baby. Deja vu. Let's fucking go, Russell Wilson. Can't fuck with the MVP of the 22 touchdowns, one interception. He didn't fucking give up the game. He's gonna find a way to win this game. I'm going Seattle for the upset, big upset, Monday night, giving them the first loss, and I'm gonna watch it live. I'm gonna tune in next video where I break down all my wins, and you'll see. I'll get that Carolina one, and I'll get that Seattle one, baby. I got good feeling about this shit. We'll see.